Welcome to QLTS School's video series on the SQE1 Assessment. Today we will look at a sample multiple choice question on wills and probate. You are instructed by the adult son of a deceased man who wishes to know his position in his father's estate. Under the man's will, he appointed his wife and his friend as his executors. Under the will, the estate is to pass to the man's wife absolutely, but to the man's son if his wife has predeceased him. The man divorced his wife last year, 5 years after having made his will. Who is entitled to apply for a grant of representation and who will receive the estate? A. The man's adult son is entitled to a grant and to the estate. B. The man's ex-wife and friend are entitled to a grant, and the man's adult son is entitled to the estate. C. The man's ex-wife and friend are entitled to a grant, and the man's wife is entitled to the estate. D. The man's friend is entitled to a grant, and the man's adult son is entitled to the estate. E. The man's friend is entitled to a grant and to the estate. The single best answer is D. The man's friend is entitled to a grant, and the man's adult son is entitled to the estate. Revocation of a will can occur automatically by law, including by divorce. Section 18A, subsection 1 of the Wills Act 1837 states that on divorce, any provisions involving the testator's spouse will be revoked. This does not revoke the will as a whole, but makes the provisions of the will as if the spouse has predeceased the testator. Therefore, here, the appointment of the testator's wife as executor and the gift of the residue to her were both automatically revoked at the time of the divorce, meaning that the friend will act as sole executor and the residue will pass as if the wife predeceased, namely to the testator's son.